chest taps. So these are a movement that's a little bit more advanced than a plank, but not quite a push-up. So it's a movement that we do to create an anti-rotation movement in the body, because what's going to happen is we're going to take away a point of contact from the floor and ask our stomach and our hips to stabilize themselves. So it's a really important one, because we need anti-rotation movements to help strengthen, especially like our sides, our obliques, and our back, to create stability through the body. Because when we don't have the ability to stabilize in a movement when we've got one point of contact off the ground, that's when we're prone to falls and tripping or back injuries and stuff like that. They could be prevented from just some stability exercises. So this is one of those. So you're going to start. We're going to get to a tall plank position. So a tall plank is just that plank position but up on our hands. Now from here, you can have your feet a little bit wider, probably somewhere around shoulder width, because we want to be able to stabilize. And then you're going to raise one hand up, bring it to your chest, bring it back down, and swap sides. So nice and slow, nice and controlled. You want to be squeezing your butt nice and tight, and really, really crunching in here. You want your ribs to be pushing down towards your hips to keep everything nice and controlled. So notice, as I lift my hand up, my body may shift a little to that side to disperse the weight, but my hips are staying facing the floor. I'm not getting any dropping. So this is what we don't want. You don't want your hips to be dropping. You don't want your hips to be sagging. Everything stays nice and stable, and just slowly lift it across. So the more control you can do, the better result you're going to get. You feel them pretty quickly. Try not to swing your hand up and slam it down. And I know that's going to sound, it's going to sound easier to say than to do when you're in the position, because it can be quite challenging. But really focus. The more you squeeze your butt and the more you crunch your stomach in, the easier it gets. Now it sounds like more work, but it makes the movement itself much more stable, and that's what this is about. We're trying to stop that rotation of the hips from happening. I think, keep it steady. Focus on not holding your breath too much, because the last thing you want is to everything go a little bit fuzzy. Yeah, nice and consistent, nice and controlled, and enjoy.